Are we good to go? Hmm. Okay, we're good to go then. So, it's Victor Wisdom. Where is Sleep Post?
Yes, it's me, Steven.
Okay, Steven, but you haven't raised it. Okay, you've raised your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. One sec. Chidera, Cindy, Stephen, and Peace Light. Okay, fine. So three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. Okay, fine. So welcome everybody. We're it's another Friday again. Very interesting part of the week for all of us is when you get to kind of show your growth and how well you've been growing so far. So like we do every Friday, it's the pitch exercise. So you have your 3 minutes. Tell us about your business in 3 minutes or less. Less even better, right? And we can help you appraise how well your pitch was and where you need to fix it. So for today, we have 7 people for 7 people to pitch, right? It's Victor, Monarch, Chris, Chidera, Cindy, Stephen, and Peaceolite, right? So I think you guys put down your hands. Why? Why? I think you should put up your hands again so you can actually go. So we can actually start now. So you have the floor. When you when you pick up when it's your turn to speak, you switch your camera on. That's for extra points. If you don't want, you can keep it. That's fine. It's still your points regardless. But you're still going to pitch to real human beings. So putting your camera off wouldn't really help you, right? So let's go. So Victor, you have the floor.
Sorry, I'm currently at the staircase, so I don't know if I need to turn on my camera.
If you meet an investor at the staircase, wouldn't you talk to them? Would you wear a mask and talk to them?
Okay, let me go ahead.
Hey. So these are all the inconvenient things you have to put yourself through for you to be able to be a very good pitcher, right? Because it's literally a battle against you and your inner self. It's not really like you know what you want to say, but you're going to have to say it in not very favorable circumstances, right? Good, yeah. So fine. Oh, by the way, I think everybody should congratulate Peace Light. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but he just netted a grant with Metaplex. It's a big
Okay.
bag, but hey, it's less for him to say. Now ain't gonna talk him. And I mean, yes, there's a 1 year caveat lockup, but it's a good bag based on yesterday's prices. So I mean, congrats to him. He's doing really well, right? Whenever he wants to speak to us, he can add it in his speech and tell us how his success. But it's left up to him to kind of say the number. Yeah. So Victor, you have the floor.
Okay. Good day, everyone. My name is Vic Defan. I'm currently a game developer and a Web3 developer who is passionate about building.
Yeah. Hold on. You have to do it in the format that we do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the same format. Yeah.
Okay. Good day, everyone. I'm here to present TOZ, a decentralized hub for game development. Um, So I'm Victor. I'm currently a game developer and is a developer. Hey, sorry. I'm Victor. I'm currently a game developer and a software engineer. So the problem we're trying to solve is the issues of game ownership, game asset ownership within gaming. Now, it's a common problem for within games that okay. Um, Well, as you can see in Roblox, which is our major competitor, as in not really competitor now, but they are the big guns in the game. Now,
Okay, so
the
you know what? Hold on, right? I think you're struggling. It's possible you haven't practiced, right? So I think you should go to YouTube. We have the videos of everything we've talked about so far, right? Go through it, then set your pitch in the right way. So the thing is, I think you've probably done your research. It's the pitch that you haven't practiced because if you're doing game ownership and you're dropping roadblocks, it means you've actually done your research, right? So I'll give you that. But for a pitch, you're stuttering, you're repeating a lot of things, you're using field words like a lot, right? So it's a case of you haven't actually practiced, right? So you'd have to go back, practice, then you can drop your voice notes like in the subsequent ones, right? I think it's better so you don't take other people's time, right, and keep rambling because it's almost as if we're trying to save you now from yourself, right? So it's fine. That's why we're here, right? You have to practice. You have to get out of the gate from day one and just kill it, right? Because a lot of people are also struggling, are competing for the money you're trying to raise. You get? Yeah, so I mean, but good luck for stepping up. That's fine. But just
thank you.
take that and actually go and fix it. Okay? Yeah, fine. Wisdom. Monarch.
Hi, so I'm quite ill, so my voice might be muffled, but can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, so I'm Monarch, and my team and I are building OANA, an intelligent accountability partner. The lack of an intelligent accountability partner, anonymity and community for an addict causes stagnation in recovery. Having gone through dealing with habits like lack of proper sleep that led to so many health issues, I decided to go into helping people deal with the habits they were very proud of, with testimonials of 100 plus people being sober from alcohol, abstaining from gambling and drugs. This led me to identify the lapse in traditional addiction recovery programs and products. The lack of an intelligent accountability partner and community, as well as anonymity in addiction recovery processes, leads to recovery stagnation and increased isolation due to shame, guilt, as well as higher risk of relapse. Creating an intelligent accountability partner with habit trigger trackers, as well as community, and an anonymous accountability partner provides tailored guidance, support, and a safe space, mitigating isolation and result in a long-lasting improvement for users, which platforms like Pitila and Recovery Paths do not have. We intend to tap into the 3% of the greater than 10 billion market by focusing on young adults and professionals dealing with gambling, tech, and smoking addictions via testimonials and leveraging social media communities based on addiction recovery, as well as creating a voting system to deal with the MTA problem. Our business model includes a free plan to $15 premium plan, partnerships and non-intrusive targeted ads with a projection of 10,000 premium users, resulting in $1.8 million annual recurring revenue, plus partnerships of 200,000 in year one. Our roadmap consists of NFTs for milestones and sober timeline achievement. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, that was good. Right on time. Right on time. Even though that you were sick, even though you're sick, you still delivered. You still dropped a whole lot of markers, right? So these are the things I saw, and other people can also contribute to it along the way. So when you get to the point to mention accountability partner, you tend to rush it. So the accountability is the part that is actually the word that triggers all your value, right? So we need you to slow it down a bit. I think it's an accent thing, right? So maybe slow it down a bit. Just that accountability partner part, right? Slow it down a bit because that part you tend to run over it a lot, right? Everything was great, but that's what we're here for, right? So we need to hear it, and the more times you repeat it slow, it sticks in our head, right? So that's one part I picked. You say accountability very fast, right? So slow it down a notch so that whenever you're saying it, so you say things like, so the problem with accountability is this, right? It's like, okay, fine. Now we hear it, right? You're not trying to kind of rush through it. Like now we hear it. Now there's an emotional undertone to it. Again, then Then the part where you said you you were trying to show your founder fit, I want to know, did you actually help these people? Did they get better based off of your own skill? Right? Because that's actually where the founder product fit is, right? Because if they did, well, the investors will ask you, do you have a license to practice? Do you have this? Do you have that? Also, is there a body that issues licensing for AA, right? And how long would it take? Is this something you can actually start doing the process of? So you can always say, you can say things like, now I'm also pursuing my coaching license in this. They're like, okay, this guy has ticked all the boxes. We should be able to give him this money, right? So these are those tiny things they're waiting to hear, and if they don't hear it, it's a red flag, right? So that's that. So take that into consideration. If you find anyone, even if it's 6 months, even if it's 2 years, even if it's 3 years, the whole point is that because you are aware that there's a compliance issue and you're already getting ready to get your license, you can, like we say in Nigerian universities, PhD in view. I mean, who knows when in view is going to happen, right? But that's just the idea, right? Like they know that, okay, fine, this person understands what is required. They understand that there will be need for compliance, right? And they're already pursuing it. They're not scared of it. Okay, so that's fantastic. Then the business model is a tad sketchy. Um, $15 a month. Do you want to explain why I would have to pay $15 to get rid of a habit?
Okay, so then I just know it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the downside to addictions, right, is greater than not being addicted to something. So for example, the average user for heroin, right, and cocaine, right, spends greater than $2,000,
Yeah.
in a month.
Okay, yeah, yeah. But the thing is that, are you going after those people now, or like, are you going after drug abuse or food abuse, or like which vertical are you going for initially? Are you going for like a handful? So I think that's something. So that's something you have to take home and figure out, who do you want to target first. You get? I mean, sorry guys, you can target everybody, right? But in the very early days, who do you want to target first? You get? Yeah, so that's it. But I think we're good. If anybody else has something they want to say about his speech, please, you can actually raise up your hand and go for it. But it was great in my books. Like, it's way better than the last time, right? I know with more practice, you're going to be great at it, right? So, yeah. So, anybody want to help him with some feedback, or should I go? Should we continue to the next person? Okay, nice, nice. Okay, fine. So, Chris, you're up next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris Asekame. I'm here to present Sarah. Sarah is one wallet for Africans to send, to receive, to spend, to save, and settle instantly, either in fiat or stables or in any combination. So I've spent my career building digital products and financial tools. And one issue I've noticed is for businesses and individual, money management is still an issue. It's fragmented, it's too expensive and unreliable, and that's a gap Sarah is looking to fill. So currently, businesses spend days waiting for payment and also juggle between different providers to receive payment. They also lose margins for exchange rates and all that. And individuals can also receive, can also save and store, but they have the issue of exchange rates, too much fees on the exchange rates, and also juggling different applications. And in Africa, definitely this issue causes small businesses not to get access to funding, and also freelancers who spend the naira but earn in stable have this issue. So currently, what Sarah is trying to do, right, is to help both individuals and businesses to be able to spend, save, and receive money either in fiat or stables, in any combination, fiat to fiat, stables to stables, either stables to fiat and fiat to stables, without any manual conversion. It's just done instantly for them. Our current business model is 1.5% for businesses, and then 1% for individuals, capped at 200 naira. I think that's
Okay.
That's
Okay,
fair.
fine. So first things first. First things first. I'd give you extra points for not even breaking a sweat while the baby was crying in the background. I think you need extra points for that, right? Because you maintained concentration even with the noise coming from the background. So that's fantastic, right? They said the baby wants to pitch too. But yeah, I mean that's this is actually the real training that you cannot get anywhere else. It's like you're locked in properly, right? And you're at Sarah, right?
yes.
Okay, fine. So this doesn't leave this room. Well, actually, it can because these videos are going to be posted. You know what? Let me actually type it in the group. Just remembered. Um, so I typed it in the group, and I think everybody can read it from the group, right? Yeah. So at least that's kudos to him, right? So so this is what I saw from yours. It's articulate, right? You took it. Um, you okay? So all the sections are there, right? But there's some practice required, right?
Yeah.
Um, um, your one liner was too long. Your one liner was too long, right? It was clear words, but it was too long. We need to make it. We need to streamline it, right? Um, in your expertise, in your expertise, hold on. In your expertise, you mentioned that you've built some fintech products, right?
Yeah.
Which products are those?
So I've worked on Exigram. It's a
Oh.
fiat, it's a Nigerian fintech company.
What is their TVP? What is their TVL?
Okay, I'm currently not aware of that.
You would have to find what that is. So when you say you've worked for a place, it helps if you drop a number, right? So if you say I've worked for three fintech companies that have actually gone ahead to be valued at $70 million, right? Or I was part of a tech team that built a fintech business to $70 million, right? So these are the kind of numbers that investors want to look at and say, okay, fine, he wasn't shipping rubbish code. If he was actually in the team and the software held up to carry that volume, then maybe the he understands what he's saying, right? So it's called confirmation bias. They're all looking for points to convince themselves that you're the right person to give this money to. You get? And this is not just only investors, this is actually your employees. This is it, the better you pitch, the more you can carry yourself, the more you can convince both your employees, both your customers that you're actually good for what you're talking about, right? So
Yeah.
so that's it. Then your business model, the number you're quoting is the average of the industry. Is 1.5 and 1% for enterprise. It's fine, but there's no alpha there, right? So, and is Tochi here? Tochi, are you in the house? Okay,
Yes, I'm here.
okay, fine. So remember when we were discussing about how do you make a payment business more attractive to investors? It's by actually going above the average rake, right? So the 1.5%, 1%. I think, Sarah, I think what you have to do is figure out a new ancillary business, right? That can help you move above 1.5%, right?
Okay.
So you can find one vertical that people suffer with or struggle with, right? And create so much value there, simplify the process, right? And build an extra 1% for it. You
Okay.
get? Yeah. So that way you can now say our business model has an advantage in the sense that in our industry it's 1.5% on the average rate, but because we've built ancillary businesses, we've been able to increase our rate by 2x the industry standard.
Okay.
So now an investor says, oh, if they're charging more than this, I'm better off investing in this payment business because every other payment business I'm going to get a hand in investing in would charge the average 1.5%, 8%, that. But these guys have figured out a way to charge 3.5%, 4%, 5%, right? So there's actually an advantage there. You get? Yeah, so you're going to find all the customers you have, which ones are the ones you think they have a very cumbersome process that you can streamline and add it to your offering at the moment. You get?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, but your pitch was good. I mean, yes, some stumbles, but at least, like I said, extra points for being locked in, so that's good. Yeah.
All right.
Then so good. Yeah. Anybody else want to contribute or say something to him? Right. You guys, this is a very interactive class, right? So if there's something that you want to add, please add it. Okay.
Yeah. He said that the business model, the fee was capped at 200 naira.
Mm,
So I'm thinking that that's little or something.
mm.
That's too low.
Okay, fine. That works. That works. So that works. Spirit Divine, did you submit? Did you submit your
Yes, sir.
voice notes? But you're coming late.
Yes, I committed.
Okay, that means you have to go last. Well, you go second to last actually. Yeah. Okay, so Chidera, you have the floor.
Jim, everyone. Hello, I'm Chidera, and we are building Charter to help merchants turn messaging into monetized storefronts. With over 10 years of experience in marketing and fintech, my team and I are well suited to build this. So currently, most players in the space are okay with a fragmented social commerce experience, but we are not, and that's why we use Charter. We basically solve the problem that spawns up due to fragmentation, which actually leads to customer drop-offs, low conversion rates, and missed opportunities. So Charter is a streamlined platform that gets merchants set up in just 3 clicks, and we have all the tools that they need to make every DM a sale. So our core users are people who sell internationally through social channels, and the opportunity is actually massive. So the global commerce industry is valued at $720 billion, and we are looking to target $800 million of that by 2028. So beyond simplifying commerce, Charter also helps merchants put their idle funds to use by any use on their idle balances. To reach our market, we are combining online forums, community engagement, and also physical outreach. So we already see strong traction. Our TV peaks over $5,000 with 1,500 plus transactions processed and a monthly burn rate of under $500. Our business model is simple. We take about 1 to 2% fee per transaction, and we offer a subscription tier for merchants who want access to premium features. We've built out a working preview of our application, and there's a robust roadmap of advanced features coming soon. Our team brings over 20 years of experience combined in engineering and design, and we have a track record of building products that serve millions of users. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, fine. It was brief, right? Much better than the last time, but sadly, the reading is still there, right? The reading is still there. Even if you don't have your camera on, a trained ear can hear that it's reading, right? But it's fine. I mean, the more you read, the more you get better at it, right? Um, Also, I want you to stick to the pitch deck that you have, right?
Yeah.
Because if you keep changing it, it becomes a challenge. Like it throws you off guard. Start and just go. I shared a video in the group. I don't know if you guys saw it. There was a video about a pitch, a commerce pitch, right? And you see how you see the slide, you see how he just went like that, like that, like that, nailed it in 3 minutes, right? So with practice, you're going to be able to deliver it in such a way that is so eloquent that nobody thinks you crammed it. You get? So that's that. We can still hear that you're reading it, right? It's clear, but the melody is not there. We want you to convince us, right? We want that melody. Like I this time around, I didn't hear a problem that shoppers face. That what do you call it? that DM sellers face, for which this is solving the problem, right? I didn't feel it; it didn't come true, right? So we need to get to the point where that hits, right? So that's it. For your business model, you said we take about 1 to 2%. You can't use the word about, right? Because I don't want to buy something and the charges is 1% when I bought it, but it's 2% when it gets to me, right? So
Yeah.
it's like this is our cap. Normally, how they put it in payment is we do 1.5% and a cap of 300 naira or 500 naira or 2,000 naira, whatever it is, right? So that is also how you can go about that. Um, but that's what I got. It still sounds like it's reading like, right? So it's a very good read, right? It's not a pitch, right? It's a very good read, but it's not a pitch. So we need you to embody to the point where you come and like if we're even selling something, we want to tap you like, oh, how do I even join right now? So the whole point is that you want when you're done with your page, a call to action is triggered. You get?
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, if you're going through the chat, Danny said that he would love to talk to you, right? So link up with him. So this is actually why some of these meetings are very important, right? Because you can come here and you listen to somebody's speech and you're like, I didn't even know somebody else was building something similar, or going to be talking to somebody that can integrate my own app and give me traction, right? So that's cool. Yeah. Then so we go to Steven. Cindy was supposed to go, but she wants to go last. I think she has to set a system here. So we go to Steven.
Okay,
I said we have
hello
the floor.
everyone.
Yeah.
I'm Steven and I'm building Snippos, the home for Web3 developers who want to get hired. So in Web3, the main goal of every developer is to earn or get hired. And in the Web3 system, hiring and collaboration rely heavily on proof of work, recommendations, and visibility. But here's the problem: most developers actually don't document their work or find it hard to deal with the content part or talking about every little step of their work and putting themselves out there for visibility for recruiters. So apart from that, also developers find it hard to connect with the right people because communities are scattered around Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. So Snippos is here to solve this problem by providing four solutions. One, Snippos is providing built-in tools to make it easier for developers to share content or to share or to showcase their work easily. We provide snippet editor and the visual editor so that the developer don't have to learn design skills to be able to put himself out there. And also we have a central hub where developers come together, showcase what they are working on, connect with each other and network. And also Snippos provide a reward system. This to make the process more enjoyable. That means developers earn XPs and Solana through tippings and engagement. And lastly, a recognition system. This will provide leaderboard based on users' XP. You rank higher in the leaderboard, making it putting you out there to be seen by recruiters. Our current competitors is GitHub Gist and Daily.dev, but they don't provide solution to the core problems of Web3 developers. Our business model currently is subscription and platform fees. So we charge around 1.5% on tippings, and then subscription we have the Pro plan, which is $3.99, and the Elite plan, which is $10. These to access premium features of the snippet editor and the snap editor. So yeah, that's what I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Fine. I mean, great. At least one thing nobody's going to accuse you of is reading from a book. You're not reading. You're saying it, right? Because you tend to stare out and everything, right? You might be looking at some key points, but it's clean. It comes with your voice. Like we can actually tell that it's a pitch, right? And also, like I told Chris, also extra points for performing in a very noisy environment and still being able to communicate, right? So that's good. It's like
Yeah.
that's actually what it's supposed to be. Like you're putting yourself in that strong adversarial environment and still delivering your pitch. So that's good. Now, these are the things I
Thank
found
you.
in your pitch, right? You skipped
Yeah.
the founder product fit, which is you skip the part where we should be listening to you, which is what have you built? Who are you? Have you suffered? Like, how long has it taken you to get recruited? Right? To how long did it take you from Web 2 to Web 3? Like, what is the pain point that will make us trust you with the money? Right? Yeah. So
Okay.
so
Yeah.
you skip that, and that normally comes immediately after your one liner. Your one liner was very clean. I liked it. It was very clean. It was straight to the point. It was spot on, right? So the thing is that founder product fit, you skipped it because that's where we'd be like, oh, he has some experience to be able to do what he say he's going to do, right?
Yeah.
So that's
True.
actually it, yeah. So that comes, then the problem comes. Then for the problem and the solution, you spent too much time there, right? Yeah, I mean it's articulate, but you also always have to remember that it's 3 minutes or less, right? So because you had to now rush over your competitors, your go-to-market strategy. Like you didn't even mention the go-to-market strategy, right? You had to rush through every other thing. Those 10 slides are very important, right? And once you give everybody the right time, like it becomes easier for you to keep nailing it, right? So that's what I found
All
in your
right.
own year. So you're going to take that and actually find a way to make it better the next time. But like I said, I mean,
Okay.
strong pitch, noisy surroundings, still delivered your pitch, still didn't break a sweat. That's good. So the next person is so anybody who wants to ask him anything, you can go. It's free. So the next person is Pisolite. So Pisolite, you have the floor.
Hi, I'm Shevlin. Airbus is a platform that enables users to pay their bills using a stable coin. So I have experience in. Let me start again, sir. Uh, Hi, I'm Solid. Airbus is a platform that enables users to pay their bills using stable coins and other markets. Hi, I'm Solid. Founder of Airbus. Airbus is a platform that makes deals lighter using stable coins. So I have 4 years of experience using crypto and building in crypto space. So our core users is the crypto users. Then our value market is with our research in 2024. We found out that people spend $7.5 billion mostly in travels and data. Then our target market, like our go-to-market strategy, is giving royalties to users and then integrating APIs to other products to use, and then having ambassadorship programs. So far, we have had a traction of 600 users and a process of up to 4,000 transactions. So we aim to charge 1% in fees for every transaction processed in our platform, and our competitor is Firepower and Web2 platforms that also do the same thing we do, right? But they don't focus on royalties and they don't accept stable coins as payment. So far, our team has 5 years of experience building DeFi products and apps. Thank you.
What do we could call this speech now?
I'm not going to fish. I don't know.
Okay, so okay, so the thing is this, right? You always have to remember in your head that nobody knows what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
What happened to you right now is you know what you're supposed to say, but because you've made some few mistakes, you are now anticipating the next mistake. And once you cannot catch it again, you just let yourself go, right? It's a tension thing, right? It's fine. It's with this kind of experiments that we can actually get better at it, right? Um, Also, I mean, this is also to all the founders in the house. Once you're the founder and you're the CEO, at least one thing you know for sure is that your money will not short. It might make more sense for you to actually have somebody who is really good at pitching to pitch for you. Because you're CEO, you can be chairman. You don't have to really pitch. I mean, if you don't want to pitch, you don't have to pitch, right? But get somebody that's going to nail it for your company, right? That person can actually be on a salary. You can be the chief marketing officer. It can be the COO, right? It could be any name you call them, right? Because what matters the most is that you go and land the money that you land the resources required to build your company, right? You can learn how to pitch, right? But at the same time, once you start seeing that you're getting so much traction, if you're not the best pitcher in your team, find a pitcher. I will give you an example of where this happened, right? With a big company, it's Google, right? In the early days, Google had to hire Eric Schmidt to come in and, well, they used to call it the adult in the room, to come in and basically do all the pitching, all the communications and everything. And they built products. Larry and Sergey, they built products, right? It got to the point where um, Larry had to come back, right? And he literally went to get training. He even reached out to Steve Jobs at the time, God bless his soul, right? And this is the funny thing. He reached out to Steve Jobs when Steve Jobs was accusing Google of stealing Android from them, right? But Steve Jobs still told him, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, and also gave him some few tips, right? So if you're not the best person to pitch for your company, right? Don't, so for example, like I use myself as an example. In my NYC, right, had a big build, so we did tug of war. I would always stay at the back. I wouldn't stay at the front because my advantages were more from the back to be able to kind of put a ground, right? But if I said, oh, I want to be in the front because I want everybody to see me, like, we'd actually lose all the time. You get? So these are some of the things that just tell yourself the truth and, like, listen, I'm CEO, my money will not short. It will not short 1 cent. But who's the best pitcher? Like, you find that person, go know that person. That way, you can now concentrate and ship like a mad person, right? So I'm telling this to the whole group, right? Because the thing with Peace Alert is that at the back office, he's killing it, right? Shipping products, shipping like they're crazy people, collecting grants here and there, they're killing it, right? But if we don't know in the front that this is what your product's about, and I know I've talked with you a lot about your one-liner, but you still resort back to the old one. And I'm not angry at it because the problem is that you're a developer. Your brain hasn't clicked yet, right? It's not about stable coins. Nobody cares about stable coins, right? Their one-liner, which is what it's supposed to be, is air bills makes your bills lighter, right? There's an emotional undertone to that. If I hear that, like, how can I even make my own bills lighter? There is that follow-on question, right? But because he's a purist developer, if stablecoin or platform don't enter that line, they incomplete for him, right? And I get it, right? Totally get it. But the point is, you have to let the business grow. Like, you're not proving anything to anybody now. You're already catching traction, right? So it's like, let's pack on more traction, right? So that's it. So anybody who has those sort of thing, I know PatPay is doing something similar now, right? Because I know Noah is here. Um, Find somebody that can actually kill it for your brand, right? And just stay in the back. So basically, find you your Saviolas, find you your strikers, and play your DM quietly and just kill and just collect your 3 points and leave. You get? So that's it. But that was that one. Then also your founder product fit wasn't related to the problem you were solving, right? So that's what we're going to work on. Your founder product fit should be related to the thing you're solving. So if you're making bills lighter, well, you're a businessman of how many years and you've had issues handling bills, right? And so that's where it's supposed to come from. It's supposed to come from that end. You get? Because the reason why it's important is see what I want to solve. What do I even know to make me the right person to solve it? Right? That's actually where it comes from. So that's it. So now I think you were the last on the list. So now we go to who was supposed to go? We go to Spirit Divine before we go to Cindy. Yeah. So Spirit Divine, you have the floor.
Yes, I'm in a good place. DM
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Good day, spirits. My team and I are building Neurotron, an AI-powered negotiation chat system that helps vendors, entrepreneurs, and sellers close more deals faster. So,
So AI,
what are,
so AI chatbot to close deals faster.
yes,
That was it. That all the beginning part it wasn't necessary.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
So businesses lose sales when they can't respond instantly to negotiation requests from buyers. And as we know, present and day chatbots are all in all scripted. They are more like predefined. They have like predefined responses and scripted what's it called scripted responses. So what Negotron does is that Negotron stands as a skilled salesperson, making negotiation process in that scene, in that instance, making it more dynamic. So the buyer has the advantage of having to negotiate the flexibility of charts, having to negotiate pricing with you, the vendor. So first of all, one of the competitors we have at this point is Drift and TDO. But for some reason they actually don't or will I say they actually don't have an edge in this negotiation market because they don't have a negotiation this negotiation feature. What they have mainly is customer support. Yeah, but when it
Okay.
comes
You
to
know what? You know what?
customer support,
Spirit. See what's gonna happen, right? Because I think you're losing me, and I think you're also losing almost everybody, right? It's not flowing through the template format, right? Um, you are. I think you're trying to articulate the idea in real time, right? That works for the regular world, but in our space it doesn't. You must actually know what you're hitting. You have less than 3 minutes to nail it, right? So you can't be doing it in real time. Like you have to know what it is. So have you did you use the template to create your voice notes?
yes, yes, I did.
Then you probably used the wrong template. But see what is, have you shipped an app at all? Have you shipped this app, this negotiator bot? Is it
No,
shipped?
it was just a prototype. Then.
So you haven't shipped it at all yet.
No. I just created a prototype.
So when you say a prototype, it's an
online.
MVP. It's online, right?
No, not an MVP. It's just a prototype trying to simulate
Okay, so it's still in Figma.
idea. I can share the link here.
Oh no, you can't. That's not. This, so respect people's time. That's not the time for it, right? Because everybody else, you're basically going to get in everybody's time. Okay, fine. So go back to the template. Maybe meet Ashley so that Ashley can guide you properly, right? So so Ashley can guide you properly, and you can get it better. Then do your new voice notes, right? So that's it. Okay, fine. Yeah. I think the last person we're taking for today is Cindy. Before she goes, aka Dow, aka Dow. So how this works is this: you participate in the group, you do the template, you drop your voice notes to show that you're gonna pitch, then you get a spot. Nobody comes here to claim a spot. It's about there's a process there. So if you can't respect the process, then you would carry that behavior over to investors, right? So our job here is to help us as a community cut out some of the bad habits we already have from growing in a Nigerian system, in an anyhowness system, to growing in a system where this is how things are done, right? So you have to follow the process, right? You PPT links, you came late, you came very late, right? So you shouldn't even be asking to pitch, right? If you want to pitch, you would have dropped a voice note on the group already, right? That is actually how you get to pitch. Then after that, if you're supposed to pitch, you come early. You're supposed to be the first to come, right? That's actually how you do it because in real life, if you're a pitcher, your investors will meet you at the mixer before the pitch event, not at the pitch event. Is the mixer a night before the pitch? That's where you have to come and you talk to them and you talk to all of them one on one because you're talking over drinks. This is actually how the real world works, right? So you have to learn all this so that it becomes a habit for you. If it becomes a habit for you, it becomes a habit for you. Well, it was supposed to be dropped yesterday night. So if you're saying that you dropped a VN this morning, you're now trying to be right. Okay, so but that's it. It's a habit thing, right? Let's learn to form that habit. Fine. Okay, so Cindy, you have the floor. You're mute here. You're muted here. Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Cindy Onkeme and I am building Menula. We create profitable menus for hospitality businesses. It is agreed that marketing, so customer service and location is usually the bigger problem in the hospitality business. But having built menu pay for over a year now, and talking to hospitality owners, we found out that the biggest problem is employee theft. Now the question is, how can we solve this problem while we're imagining menus? And our solution is to build an owner dashboard from the ground up, which caters to the $785 million ADS market, collections, staffing, and credit scores. The market that we serve is the $150 million market, the employee theft market, the $785 million KDS market, and the $6.2 billion marketing food and service market. Our competitors are Toast, other traditional menus, waiters, and POS system. And our advantage is that we go for the employee theft market, which these guys are not going for. Our go-to-market strategy is a QR code installation, a 3-4 week trial period, and community integration with Food Fest. Our traction so far is that we've covered 30 tables with 480. Attraction so far is that we've covered 30 tables with 480 QR code scans in 2 weeks. But we also process 640 whilst in code data. Our business model is a tiered pricing and subscription model, which ranges from basic to enterprise, with each with their own features. And our roadmap consists of the owner dashboard, which we already achieved, a loyalty integration, gaming lobby, and vendor onboard. Thank you.
Okay, fine. I think they've shared a new link, so we're going to give the comments of the pitch in the new link, right? So let's move on to the new link and let's give the comments to the pitch. So the link is shared in the group here. Okay, fine. Okay. So I'll wait for, I think we're 32 at last count, so we'll wait for everybody to jump in. Okay, 18. I think we're halfway in. 20. How many were we the last time? 20. Okay, we're almost all the way in, right? So can we start now? Okay, I think we're almost at capacity here. Okay, fine. So as usual, very articulate, clear. However, unlike Chris and Steven, you got distracted a few times, right? So the lock-in part is actually what you probably have to work on, right? It's like if anything is burning around you, fuck that pitch, right? But you nailed it, at least at the very beginning. there's an emotional attachment to the pitch, right? It's like this is the problem, this is the problem, right? Towards the very end, I think you wanted to finish. So you started basically kind of running through it to kind of save time. Just maintain that same momentum, right? So I mean, the things that you're good at, you're already good at, right? So we're not going to comment on that. It's the things that we want you to kind of fix, which is stay locked in, right? If the mic cuts off, if something is burning, that's their business. Stay locked in and pitch, right? And like I said, towards the end, you kind of wanted to finish, right? So I think up from normal page one to page six, you nailed it, but you now wanted to finish, right? But everything else, like you've been in the class for a long time, so all those ones work. So those are the things I think you'll have to fix. But totally solid. Yeah. So, but great pitch all the same, like great pitch. So so that's it. Before, I mean, great speech today, right? We all did amazing. It's solid, right? The quality is way better, definitely across board, right? It's going to be even better going forward, right? So, um, I think since it's Friday, we might actually chill, like basically be on the call a little bit more, right? So, what I want to do is two things. We have like we call them the tier ones, right? We have the tier ones here. So Nectify is here, Tochi is here. So we would love them to basically take like a few moments to kind of talk to everybody, right? And I mean they all passed through this process, but Tochi is now processing $160,000. Nectify had just done 160, did have almost $60,000 in savings, but are working on some crazy products from the pipeline, right? So we'll have them talk to us, right? Then we'll give Emmanuel Umoru just like a few minutes to kind of discuss what he's building because he was at the build station yesterday. Sorry, at the ecosystem call yesterday, and I think he's building something interesting. Then after that, if we still have time, we can touch on maybe like one more aspect of the pitch template before we call it a day. So I'll give Danny the floor. Then after him, Tucci. Then Emmanuel Umar. Yeah. So Danny, you have the floor, please.
Okay, hi guys. Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I came in I came in very late. What I wanted to say is good talk, everybody. I'm excited with what everybody's building. Sometimes when you are starting out to build a product, it's always to be very crazy. Like you always be running mad. Even me like this, Zubi knows. I do
Yeah.
call him sometimes like 3 a.m. in the night because sometimes it's mentally draining
Yeah.
to be doing anything at all. Sometimes I used to run out of my room and I start screaming. I just started church. Like I started going to church because obviously you can't be distracted without to go to your life and anything. So um once you're starting out it's always going to be crazy because most people wouldn't even see the vision that you see. Like um you are the only person that understands what you are trying to build. Most people will not even understand what you are trying because when we started out building Nextify, we had like a different thing in our mind entirely about what we're building. But right now, the products have sort of morphed into something bigger than what we have in our mind entirely. So if you are building any products and you are not making a headway or you feel like you are not getting noticed, it doesn't mean that you are not talented or stuff like that. Maybe you have not actually sort of narrowed it down to what people might want to use or what people might want. And another thing is that I think everybody here should be will be very should count themselves very lucky that they have somebody like CB in their life. I mean, if it's possible for me, I'm going to hold him and make sure that he doesn't talk to any other person. But then, like everybody should sort of be happy that they have to be in their life because Azubi is going to be able to like guide you to. I mean,
so you might not have access to the way I do. But then, getting to always talk to GB, I think it's something that everybody should be much more excited to do because it's always going to ask you the tough questions. And if you think because or maybe I'm Danny, he takes it easy on me. No, I think he even gives me more tough time.
I give him more hell actually.
A little backstory, what people do not know. I don't know if Donatus is there, but during the hackathon, Zibi came to the house and me and my co-founder we spent sleepless nights like working on our mobile app, and he was like, "No, we are not going to submit this mobile app." And it was so annoying at that moment that I really wanted to tell him to get out. Like I'm not going to do anything. Like I went inside the room, I called the manual. I was trying to convince him that see why we should submit this thing. He told me, Danny, I love you so much not to allow you to do this thing. And I'm like, you can't just tell me to do what the fuck you want to do in your life. So I mean, and that sort of helped us. From where we were then to where we are right now, right? So, I mean, you are going to definitely receive a whole lot of no's.
Yeah.
People are going to tell you no a whole lot of times. So it's something that you should get used to learning. And when you are planning out to be a founder, I think something you have to learn about also is how to be more humble,
Yeah.
how to be more open to talking to people. For people that know me very, very well, I don't really care about people that much. Like, if you're not like my friend, I don't even want to be talking to you. I don't want to hear your opinion about things. But being a founder has sort of shaped me to becoming somebody that cares about what other people think or what other people are doing and to be able to like, reach out for help. And also, don't be scared to ask for help. If things are not going your way, like, don't be scared. Manny can tell you guys, I do call him up sometimes in the night around 4 to ask him, bro, we are trying to do this thing. What do you think about it? And he do take out some of his time to sort of like give me advice. I know most of you will be surprised to hear that, oh, I'm calling Manny to ask for advice. I'm calling Chamaka to ask for advice. But that's because you can't definitely know it all. You might be
Yeah.
seeing it from your own point of view, but then you need like other people to sort of like give you an idea of where you are heading to. Another thing that I think Super Team have sort of helped us in terms of our products is that it helped us to stop seeing ourselves from what we are building and we started aiming for the more global play. I
Yeah.
mean, me and Manny, we went to Cape Town and we were trying to pitch our product to somebody and they were very, very disgusted. They were like, what do you do? Like, I mean,
They couldn't
here,
relate. They couldn't relate to the problems.
yes,
Yeah.
Turkey was very, very big here. Like people were like, wow, what Turkey was doing was but when we went to Cape Town, they're like, you mean mechanics will sell fake parts to you?
It was alien to them. They didn't understand. They were like,
Yes,
do,
so
do people willingly buy fake products?
so immediately
Yeah.
like we went on that trip, we came back, I literally told Bibi and Manny that I'm done paying trenches. I'm done building for the local market. Like I started thinking about building something that will obviously outgrow me, and we started thinking big. So once you are building a big product, I mean, it's okay to also think about a local market, but then also think about how is this going to scale. I mean, you can definitely like be thinking about stuff in a way that you know that oh there will be like obviously other global market people that will come to try to acquire you. I mean somebody has actually tried to acquire Netlify, but we refused to sort of sell Netlify to them because we knew what we were building and we know where we're headed to. So it's not going to be easy, it's
Yeah.
going to be hard.
Yeah.
You're going to cry, you're going to be depressed, you're
Yeah.
going to be hungry. But
Most.
then the lucky you are very very lucky that you are not doing it alone. I mean
Yes,
you're not doing it
absolutely.
alone.
That's the
And
best part.
yes, and I'm also very very lucky that I'm not doing it alone because I have people around me that
Yeah.
I can always motion to. When they announced the Colosseum results, I was very very hot. Zibi called me, called us out, and literally started buying us drinks. And I'm like, oh, you didn't have the was like, no, you need to just think and know that okay, this is not the end of life. And from there to now, I mean, things have sort of actually been like very, very good
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
We haven't found PMS yet, but then we know we are on the right path to be able to like getting to where we want to get. So if you are always attending this call, I want you to sort of take it very, very take it very, very serious. It's not every time you get an opportunity to sort of hear from people like Zubi. And for most of it, I don't know him, but he has hiding himself very, very well.
I mean, mere allegations incoming.
For Zubi is actually like a very, very like intelligent someone. Like in Abuja, we literally say that there's nothing he cannot do. He can do design, he can do coding, he can do video, he can. So if he tells you something, let's believe that he has done that business and he understands what it takes to do that business. So I mean, I wanted to demo what we built newly, but then I think I'll just be entering into the DM of every single person to sort of get the opinion.
Yeah, that'd be lovely, lovely. Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah, so if you're building anything that requires like orchestration in terms of
Off ramping, on ramping,
just
treasury. Yeah.
just reach out to us. We are very, very happy to support you what you are building. Thank you guys.
Yeah. So thank you so much for that. I mean, it's really nice the fact that, like I said, Danny, Tochi, they're tier ones, right? I mean, Tochi is going to give us his own story, his own Cape Town story, right? Which is even funny too, right? But they're tier ones, like they all pass through this process, right? And it always comes from that point of Tochi is our first hackathon winner, right? Danny was literally like the first hire in Super Team Nigeria, like literally the first, right? So I mean, these things are like you are on the shoulders of giants, like they pass through this, right? And they're also using the community as a distribution channel. And this is also something that all of you would have to do, right? You'd have to grow your businesses, fine tune it, get it to product market fit. Then now use the community as your distribution channel. That is actually why I love when Danny said it is you're not doing it alone. That's the most important thing, right? And you can reach out to everybody around and ask them questions, right? Nobody knows it all, right? I mean, I don't know if Alex is here, but a lot of times I will call Alex up and tell him this DeFi stuff. What is it, right? I'll call Danny up many times and like, what is this particular thing? You're not supposed to know it all. It is something that came from the pedagogy of Nigerian education, where like, oh, you must know it. If you don't know it, claim you know it and go and read it. That's nonsense. Ask the people that already know it, right? And they will actually show you the way, right? And you learn faster. So I mean, Danny, thanks for that a lot. So like the highlight of what he said is communicate more, be humble, look at the global market, right? And most importantly, talk more to people. You get rid of your anxiety, you get rid of all those things, because if you're going to be a founder, you will be talking to a lot of people, right? So that's the highlight. So Tochi, please, you have the floor. Tochi.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
How's it going? Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, sorry. To pitch or
No. To just basically like your journey to like this. So this is like our new people, right? So like the journey and basically your experience, your growth so far from winning the first hackathon to now being $160 something thousand in transactions, right? Building pads, growing a community and all that. Yeah. So that they can actually understand that where they are now is not near, right? Like you passed through it, like you and Danny passed through it, and basically just give them this thing. And also, please, you can help us put your your camera on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can see my face. Let me on like.
Yeah, sure.
So to begin with, my whole journey started 2013. Sorry, 2023 when I joined. Mid 2023 when I joined Super Team. Yeah, thanks to Emeka, he sent me invites to join. So when I joined, there's always resources to learn. That's one thing. Yeah, but when it comes to what to build, you have to be the one to pick what to build, and then it's going to be audited by everybody. By then it's mainly Zubi who was auditing ideas like this. You don't even have privilege of a fellow builder to one check what you're doing. Yeah, so I started with Cluster. I don't know how many people still knows Cluster here, but Cluster did well. Won hackathon prize. I liked it because it's something I even studied in school. I wanted to do it big time, but there's a thing when the tech is good, but who wants it? You get.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so I understand. Everybody wanted Cluster to work like big time. Yeah, but it's one thing where Nigerians can't afford to invest. Yeah, and a tricky situation where the Nigerian real estate market is not even ready. It's not mature enough to accept investments and promise reliable returns. So I wasn't convinced to a certain point to continue building, and that's where I halted for a bit. And then I asked myself, I didn't like when I halted. Yeah, I wasn't interested in. I wasn't sure what to build next. You get. I didn't even know I was going to build anything next. I thought I was just going to get a job and then move on. But there's something about recurring problems you get. If I believe everybody has a problem that recurs at least once a week, and for me, it's anytime I want to convert crypto to token, to crypto to naira, and it's a problem that is common with everybody. So there's one thing I understand. Yeah, despite the fact that there could be solutions in the market, there can also be like better solutions in the market.
Yes.
They're like over 30 off-ramp solutions. Get and personally, I don't like fintech. Yeah, so so
Which
there's really no
which
way for me
actually
to
makes
build
you
it.
the best person to build it.
Exactly. Exactly, yeah. That's a combination. There's a lot of off-ramp solution, off and off-ramp solution, and I don't like fintech. So for me to decide to build it, I need to be sure, convinced enough within myself that do I want to now do this thing I hate or and that is congested. So I ran the idea through a couple of people and they wanted it, so I started building. So the idea around building product that people want is the most important thing I got to understand is ease, yeah, and ease of use, yeah, and one thing with the Nigerian market is this: there might not be a lot of money to, should I say, store somewhere, yeah, but when it comes to systems that allow people to earn, systems that allow people to use their finances better, more like optimize for the little things we have, it becomes a big plus. That's why you see things like piggy vests year in, year out surviving. I learned piggy vests went profitable as early as possible. You get. So those convictions, those are the things I needed to focus on one thing and build. But with building, there's always doubt. The incident that happened in Cape Town is very funny. I was dealing with Miriam then, and then a day before I came, Miriam was pitching the product to investors. But there's this thing, I knew on time, yeah, that why data is important. Not every data is important at different stage. You get. You're building, you shouldn't be pitching about, you're in development, you shouldn't be pitching about TVP. We think concern you at TVP. Your pitch should be that it works and people are coming back every day. If you have 10 users and 3 comes back every day, it's good numbers than someone who is doing $10,000 from a whole chunk of users. You get. So when he mentioned to someone, I was not there yet. There, I was told this story. Yeah, the VC investor, and the investor was like, "Oh, nice. So what are your figures like?" And he said, "We have processed $10,000." Investor was looked at him and said, $10,000. He said, "Yes." I think the investor was laughed.
Like they literally busted laugh. They started laughing like hysterically. Hysterically. So actually, I think they started. So see the real story. Like when they asked that question, they started laughing and walked away. Oh, that's actually what really happened. Like they were laughing and walked away. Miriam did not even understand what was happening to him. Like he was about to go into a seizure. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you was like, Danny, you think you are doing the right thing? I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about?
You know,
But
yeah.
I think in hindsight, it was obvious. Those guys were doing $100 million.
Yes.
There's no way your friends now think can mean anything.
Yeah, mean anything to them, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, the beautiful thing about the story is this, right? Is, I mean, that was in March third week, 28 ish, right?
Yeah.
Now that was 10,000 in
Yeah.
transactions, right? Now you're at one or what now?
160.
160 now. So that's
Yeah.
a 16x
Sorry,
improvement.
170. 170.
So that's a 17x improvement. Now
Yeah.
people have to understand that these numbers don't actually. It can only be found in high growth companies, right? That's a 17x investment increment, right? And they're just starting, right? So people are. I remember when we were putting out Nectarfies, when they launched and they got the app to work, like literally got the app to work, and savings started coming into the app, right? It was, I think, $500 at the very first part, right? And it was put up, and it looked as if it was like, oh, why are we putting up that? This number doesn't make any sense. And we were discussing. I was discussing with Danny, and we agreed on, like, listen, people need to, people need to see where the business started, right? Anybody can go and watch a transaction, but to actually start and show, okay, fine, we were 500 2 months ago, we are now at 50,000 in savings, right? That's how many x if you think about it properly in savings, like money somebody's giving you and telling you to hold, right, to keep it there. So it's do not be ashamed of your little numbers now. They will only get bigger, right? They will only get bigger, right? So um so that's what I mean. But, like, I mean, to kind of get our time, I mean, Tochi, one of, like I said, when Tochi won the hackathon, I and Harry were literally running mad, right? Because I lost my voice for like 6 months. If anybody remembered that time, like my voice was really bad because going through all those pitches, going through in the early days, right? But the point is, everybody here now is really good. Like, we are more experienced now. We know what works now. We know the global plays to make, right? Um, Hopefully everything works out very well. Danny and Tochi will probably be at Singapore in September. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right? Same way Emeka and Donatus went earlier this year, right? So this is the part, right? The more we get traction out of you, the more we can push you, the more we can hold the gates for you and let you move forward, right? It's our job. It's literally what we do for the community, right? So um, like Danny said, apply yourselves, show up, participate, throw your hat in the ring, right? And you would literally be claiming this kind of numbers they're claiming now. Because a few months ago, 3 months ago, Nectify didn't exist. Let's actually even put it that way, like, at least in its form now, right? Patch basically came out like almost a year, right? So it's some of these ideas, like, your idea is not stupid. You just have to work on it so hard and listen to everybody that has come before you. Listen to them, but be stubborn where you have to be stubborn, right? But listen to as well. So I mean, so that's it. Emmanuel, I think you can have the floor now, right? I think we've run into this thing, so I'll probably not go into the other part of the pitch, so all of you can go and have like a very good weekend. But Emmanuel, you can close for us. So tell us what it is you're building, just like briefly, so that we can actually put you on track for the next this thing pitch.
All right. Hi guys. Sorry, I look like a mess. I haven't had like proper sleep in like 24 hours. Yeah. So just briefly, although I don't have the template, so I'm trying my possible best to think how I can summarize it in 3 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm just gonna
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
through the user story. Yeah. So basically, it's social betting or a peer-to-peer betting. I don't know if anyone has tried to open Sportsy Bet or whatever platforms. For me, betting I've always wanted to learn how to bet. Maybe God didn't just want me to learn how to bet, but platform has always been, very confusing. I'm a UI UX designer, and I look at problems and I provide solutions, right? betting has always been a problem. And another thing is always wanted to bet with each other. So like maybe 10 of us were here and there's a match, Man U versus Liverpool, and part of people are saying, oh, I feel Man U is gonna win, although they never win, and some people are like, oh, Liverpool, Liverpool is gonna win, right? So instead of saying instead of words or dropping money, all right, dropping maybe like 1,000 naira, together, right? This is the point of product which I'm building, match day, right? We fund our wallet and we play a game against each other. And for those who win, for example, Man U, say for example, Man U won the match, right? Those who win, those who win basically, their wallet is being funded.
Okay,
But now we run
so
into a
so the good thing is
problem.
that the good thing is that we already the product lead, she's here, Ashley, basically built this out already, right? So at least you're preaching to the right audience, right? So the beautiful thing that we can do is when even flip cash, yeah, this weekend, yeah, let's go now. I don't fear you. I don't fear that now. So we're actually talking about betting in the chat, really, like literally right now about the league starting
Yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah. So Flipcash has that. Ashley built out something like that back in the day, but then again, like Tochi said, just because there's a product doesn't mean there cannot be more products, right? So you might have
Yeah,
an
definitely.
interesting way to look at it. However, now, okay, stake parties and all that. Also, we even have three in the community. Fantastic. Let's go for it. Whoever wins, wins, right? So the thing is this: you will now have you will now get the template and talk to Ashley, right? And let's see how you can actually fill that template out and get ready for the next one. Because this is, I mean, even in the Abuja Build Station, somebody basically pitched the same thing. So we're in the right audience. What I might advise is you can go the fantasy route side because nobody has really done that yet, right? Or you can do what you're doing now plus the fantasy side, right? So, okay, so, but that's it. Victor, you want to say something?
Yeah, that is my first time of hearing about it. So I don't know, like I want to just be I want to be updated, like what to do, what the template and
Oh, okay. So you'd have just typed it on the group, right? You just typed it here. Because if it was the time, like you would have just type it in the group, right? Emmanuel will reach out to you and give you the links. Okay? So it can be updated, okay? Yeah. So Emmanuel, so fine. We're in sync, right? So once you get the templates,
Yeah.
Ashley will just boss. You're on the group, right? You're on the Telegram.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So just tag Ashley in it, and they'll give you the template, and she can take you through it too. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Okay. So I think I can leave. We can leave so that you guys can actually go and rest and have an amazing weekend. So we have from the pitches today. We have two core winners, so five winners, two people at the very top, then three people three people at the very top, then two people under that. So Sarah, Steven, and Monarch are at the very top, right? Then Chris and Cindy are the fourth and fifth, right? They had like based on the grading, that was how the scorings were this week. So Tochi, as usual, I'll reach out to you and you disburse for them, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, fine, yeah. So everybody have a lovely week, and Chiamaka, please let's get back to Streamlink, okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, no worries. So is there a session tomorrow?
We're supposed to talk about Jamaica.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, great. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Okay, so are we going to test that with the mixer. Are we going to test that with Streamlink?
Yes, you can.
Okay, fine. Okay.
What time, please?
Okay, so I think we'll discuss it in the group then. Yeah.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, so happy weekend to everybody, and let's cook and get back ready on Monday to do it all over again. Okay? Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Yeah.